This is The Precinct, a sandbox cop simulator where you explore this little-ish map, and there is so much activity within this map, so many gangs you have to take care of, and you can command in any way you want. The atmosphere, the immersion to this game is incredible. There are police pursuits, you can also call in police backup, whether that's foot backup, calling car backups. You can have a spike put out on the road to bust the tires of the car, really good tactic. There's helicopters, you can get a helicopter to come in and follow a car, or you can be in the helicopter. There is a light-ish story with this game. The voice acting is definitely something very interesting. It's terrible, probably the worst I've heard in any video game.
Nick Cordell Jr.? What? No way.
But I'm trying to get into the story. The plot isn't too bad, it's just the voice acting. Yeah. Now take note, this isn't a super realistic simulator game, you're not going to get that. But it does have fun with simulation, and there is realistic aspect to this game. But there's a lot of shootouts, and you're going to be doing a 1v10 shootout, and you're going to win on top of that. That's not realistic, right? But it is fun, that's where this game stands out. Everything here is so fun to do. The immersion's crazy. The top-down perspective is quite nice. There is a lot of destruction in the map where you're doing these suits and you're going to crash in so many things. If you think this game at all looks appealing, I think you're going to enjoy this game. It doesn't have unlimited content. There is probably so many cut corners, and you could just see in the FAQ. It's one thing that disappointed me. I looked in the FAQ and there's so many features and nice suggestions that are all requested in the FAQ, and they basically just say no, it's not coming, it's not added, there's no plans, no. Just like, where's the positivity, man? I'm trying to get hyped for this game and you're just saying you've cut corners everywhere. It wasn't very good. But the actual gameplay loop, although can get repetitive, it's still going to be fun for a lot of hours. Just like in real life, there's lots of maniacs on the road, there's lots of it happening here, and it's so fun to explore these mechanics of these people. You're going to get people that surrender, then they're like, well actually, let me get in this car and drive away. The main objective to this game is to take out the gang territories. This is what the whole plot is about. You take out, in the tutorial, you take out a gang, and this was apparently the top and best gang, and because you take these guys out, then now there's other gangs wanting to come up. That is the whole story to this game, taking out gang. If you're not a story person and you just want pure gameplay, this game has it all. It's got really good pursuits, really good on foot pursuits too. There's situations where you're gonna use lethal or non-lethal, basically a taser, or you're gonna use your police baton, try and take them down enough and you can actually grab them. Keep pressing C, it's a mini game, and once you do that you can overcome them and arrest them. Also there's simple stuff while you're just on a foot patrol and you're going to see cars that's actually on the path where pedestrians are, and that's a fine, can't be there. You're going to get parking meters that you can look through, and if the parking meter's expired you give them a ticket. Anything like this, there's a whole handbook and it tells you all the things wrong, everything that you can prosecute, I guess the word, and it will tell you what action needs to take, and if it's just a fine or if you actually need to arrest the person. It guides you very well and it's really fun to do. Like I said, it's going to get repetitive, but this game isn't an unlimited playable game. I mean, you possibly could, but it's going to get boring real quick because it gets repetitive. So why don't we talk about a few negatives to the game. One, there's this really bad immersion breaking scenario where you're going to be in a police pursuit, you're going to be chasing some people down who need to get arrested, and during this police pursuit you will pass some patrolling cops that are not engaged in the pursuit, but it makes no sense. Why are we in a pursuit? I'm chasing down this car and there's just a random police car on the street and he just doesn't care, he's just acting like an NPC while I'm in this chase. No, that's not what happens in real life. It completely ruins the immersion. That police car should then be involved in the pursuit. You're right next to the pursuit, you've got to be involved in it. You can't just patrol just without your sirens, not doing anything. You're just an NPC, and that happens often, by the way, very too often. I think when you're in a pursuit, just eliminate, for the sake of immersion, other police cars if you don't want to add the mechanic where the police actually toggles onto your suit. Also, a light thing is there's an XP system. Every arrest, every fine, everything you do good as a cop, you'll get experience. But this also leads to getting negative experience for doing things, and it doesn't make too much sense. I understand there's a meta progression, whatever, but I think just remove the whole experience system to the video game. I don't want to do something because I'm gonna get XP for doing it. I want to do something to be immersed, to feel like I'm doing something good. Another thing wrong, which is huge and it's so time consuming and time wasting, and I feel like this can change really easily if the devs just have any brain cells, and that is when you're IDing someone someone, so let's say they are wanting to get arrested, right? They're not resisting. You go to them, you need to ID them to get your ID, so you call it in on the radio and see if they have any warrant, and you've got to just wait until the NPC talks back to you and says, oh, they have a warrant, or no, ID is clean. You have to wait. You can't search them while you're doing that. Normally, you would get the ID check and then search them, and while they're doing the ID check, you've already searched them, and now you know if they've got warrants. So I think just let us do them both at the same time. It's too time consuming to just get the ID check, wait 5-10 seconds, and then search them. It's no. So earlier I mentioned a little bit about the voice acting being bad, and while that is the case, there is a plot to this game which is actually decent, but the voice acting is also bad for the main character.
Can I help you?
And not just that, it's not just cutscenes and dialogue. When you are chasing someone down or in a car, you can hold control or press control and you will say a voice line. If you do this enough times, you might get the person or convince the person to surrender. Even those voice lines are horrendously bad. I don't know, I'm not knocking any of these voice actors, but it was like they was given a 2D blank piece of paper and told to voice thing in a TXT file. There is no depth here. You can look past it because the gameplay is actually pretty fun and great, but it's just, no, I just don't like it. It doesn't add to the gameplay. Actually, it's a negative to the gameplay. So before these negative things in mind, do I think the game is good? I do think this game is good. It's definitely not higher than good. It's not a great game. It doesn't do anything innovative. It doesn't do anything genre changing, but it's a fun experience for a few hours. It is put together really well, and the devs have worked hard on the game, even though there's a ton of flaws to the game, and I wish it was just a lot bigger and better than what it is, or what it even has plans to be in the future. Like I said, if it looks appealing to you, you're gonna enjoy it to some degree. It's not gonna be the best game you've ever played. You are gonna get a good experience out of this game, but you can't just look past all the negatives. As you're playing, you're gonna notice these negatives too. There's also a lot of bugs in the game and a lot of performance issues. I don't cover those because obviously the bugs are going to get patched, like of course nowadays, and also the performance issues, things are going to get optimized with time. Who really cares? It wasn't that bad, just a few stutters, maybe a few low FPS. So go ahead and check this game out, pick it up if you like this game. You can get it cheaper on official third-party sites, like on Steam. It's got a 10% discount, but I think on like Fanatical, which is an official reseller of CDs, it has like a 30% discount, so it's a bit weird going on there, but pick it up wherever you can pick it up. Pretty cheap, pretty good. You're gonna get a good experience from it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've enlightened you to what this game actually is, and thank you. I will see you. Goodbye.